Maria, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. And is there anything that you can think of that could break this stalemate and open up the Department of Homeland Security?
The Democrats need to realize that 35% of the Homeland Security budget is FEMA. And Maria, as you know, there was an ice storm that came through Tennessee, and now there is a big snowstorm that hit the East Coast, and people are needing FEMA. FEMA cannot do their job until the Democrats say, all right, we're going to go ahead and fund it. ICE is funded. ICE is going to be funded through 2029. We've already had that vote. But right now, they are keeping FEMA workers and TSA workers from a paycheck, and their services are needed. So, well, you know, they're not hurting. Yeah. They're not hurting ICE.
Right. No, I understand. But, you know, I mean, at this point, they want to see something in terms of movement on the Department of Homeland Security. I mean, what do you think can happen to actually get things moving again? Because of exactly what you just said, FEMA as well as Secret Service. How about Secret Service is also impacted?
That's right. That is right. But see, the Democrats keep moving the goalposts. They want one thing, they want another thing. The White House has given them alternatives. You also had negotiations. You're not going to please them. This is more of their antics because, as they proved at the State of the Union, they are going to put illegal aliens before U.S. citizens when it comes to their decision making. I thought President Trump calling them out was incredibly powerful. And Maria, if you're not going to uphold and defend the Constitution and defend our nation against enemies, foreign and domestic, that is the oath that you take, then all of this other stuff, it is Trump derangement syndrome. They have a terminal case of this. You're never going to make them happy. I think it is time to keep putting these bills on the floor, calling the vote, and letting the American people see how out of control they are.
Well, I was there in the gallery, and I was sitting behind Erica Kirk and behind the mother of Irina, the woman who was stabbed to death on the train. And I just couldn't believe, I mean, she was sitting there crying hysterically, and the president calls out Irina and tells her mother how saddened we are for the loss of her daughter. And they didn't stand for that either. And we were clapping for Irina's mother. She was in tears. We're all watching her, and the Democrats did not stand up. Wow.
It is astounding that they would not stand up and that they would not honor these individuals who have served our country, that they would not honor the loss of life. And the fact that they would not stand and say they're going to support citizens before they support illegal immigrants in this country. And I think it's a defining moment. I have heard from people all across Tennessee who have said, we get it. Now we understand what you're dealing with, because making certain we have open borders, making certain anybody can come in our country, making certain that the ballot box is open to anybody who is on a visa and in the country that day and wants to go vote. That is their goal. It would destroy our country. The Save America Act is something we need to pass. We also need to complete this funding for DHS. It's the third time they have locked down DHS funding this Congress. You're not going to make them happy, so let's just roll on.
Well, by the way, you know, the funding of the entire government, you know, putting DHS aside, but the funding of the rest of government, ends in September, at the end of September, right before the midterm elections. So you've got, you know, guaranteed, you know, chaos, potentially, if in fact you've got another fight. But I was surprised that President Trump brought up insider trading. He called on Congress to pass the Stop Insider Trading Act during the State of the Union address. Watch this.
Let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information. They stood up for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she's here?
And, of course, we know that Nancy Pelosi and her husband have a very significant portfolio. And the former speaker responded to the president, singling her out after the address. Watch this.
the inference he wants to draw is there was something wrong with that, which there wasn't. And if there was, people get prosecuted for it. For a long time now, we've been trying to pass this law. It doesn't have, now it has more support than it had before. And
Elizabeth Warren stood up and applauded. Elizabeth Warren stood and applauded tonight when the president talked about it.
Well, we all did. I did too.
Senator, what was your reaction to that?
Well, it is inappropriate for members of Congress to participate in the stock market. I just have been a supporter of this legislation for a long time, Maria, and there are some things you remove yourself from during public service.
Yeah.
This is one of them. It's an 80% issue, just like the Save America Act is an 80% issue.
Yeah, are you going to do a talking filibuster, or you got to wait for the Department of Homeland Security to open up on the SAVE Act?
We'll see how we end up getting it to the floor. But the point is the American people and the president. And by the way, the president did a magnificent job the other night laying out the agenda and showing where we were a year and a half ago and where we are now on the road to recovery from all the Bidenomics and all the shenanigans.
Well, don't forget, when you talk about shenanigans, don't forget about the weaponization. The FBI fired at least 10 agents just recently after the agency discovered that Joe Biden's DOJ in 2022 requested and obtained phone records of both Kash Patel and Susie Wiles while they were private citizens. The subpoenas happened in connection with the federal raid of President Trump's Mar-a-Lago home under Jack Smith's investigation. You know all about that.
Oh, yes, indeed I do, because I was one of the members of Congress surveilled. Here's the thing. As we are doing our hearings and our oversight on this, and I've already held a hearing with the telecom companies on this, Maria, we have to get to the bottom of this. I know there are going to be more hearings. There will be lawsuits. There will be further discovery. The American people deserve to know what kind of information Jack Smith got and exactly who he got it on. Was it banking records? Was it activity in our text account or our email accounts? Was it more of the trolling data that shows who we were talking to, how long we talked to them, where we were physically located? This is an invasion of privacy for members of Congress. It is a violation of the Speech and Debate Clause. It is a violation of our privacy and of the Stored Communications Act.
All right. We'll be watching all of it and keeping a spotlight on it.
Got it.
Senator, good to see you this morning. Thank you.
Good to see you.